Okay, so I got a new weapon here. Before I actually walk in there too far and alert Greg, I got a new weapon. It's well one of the new weapons. It's the new ritual weapon for the season. This is the Vanguard one. It's called the Buzzard. Okay, now it's a sidearm. That should be like red flags all over the place. Oh no, it's a sidearm. It's not bad. I'm surprised. So I did test out osmosis. So what this does is, as it says, using your grenade ability, change this weapon's damage type to match your subclass until you stow it. It does. It's not bad. It helps for, like, say if you need a kinetic, if your weapon is a kinetic weapon and you're like running a void subclass, and you need another void weapon, but you do, like let's say my setup is this and osmosis, okay, and Buzzard, and I need a weapon to like deal with the enemies in like a nightfall or something or whatever, and they have void shields. If I've got the void subclass and I chuck a grenade, I now have a kinetic weapon that does void damage. Same with solar or arc. So it's actually really, really good in that regard. And it also comes with swashbuckler, which is even better. Now, while I was getting this, I was getting extremely pissed off because the easiest way to go about getting it is to go into a nightfall activity. Like, it noticed me, didn't it? I'm gonna go up here. The easiest way to get the Buzzard is to go into a nightfall activity. This week is probably your best. You can get this in about an hour, by the way. You go into a nightfall activity, you load up the ordeal, and you go in on legend. Because if you go in on legend, you won't be pulled with your teammates. You want to go in alone on legend. And what you do is it's the arms dealer this week. So instead of going in and fighting all the enemies, you turn around and go back out and run all the way to Trossland. Well, not run. You can ride your Sparrow or whatever, but you go all the way to Trossland. And while you're there, every so often enemies will they'll start moving against each other, and it'll take you about an hour to get this if you do it with that method. Now, the damage this thing does is really fucking good. So before just shooting an enemy without swashbuckler, it does 840 damage. On Greg, it should do about the same thing. Now let's go over to Greg here. Hey, Greg. No, 2,034 damage. That's that number. So with swashbuckler times 1. Hang on. You know what? Swashbuckler times 1, if I can get up here in time on Greg, it does 3,363 damage, which is a decent increase. Now, with times 5, if we just go ahead and kill a bunch of these enemies, or, I can just do that. It now does... Hang on. Come here. Where's an enemy? You die. It now does 2,000... What? Hang on, that's not right. Oh, 1492. Did it hit 3,000 damage? Am I imagining that it hit 3,000 damage? Or did it actually hit 3K? $23.91. 2690. $28.39. That's that number, and then the last number is 2,900. Why did it hit 3,000 then? 2988. So there's your numbers with Swashbuckler. But I'm curious as to why it hit 3,000. I don't think I had any perks procced. Well, whatever. There's your damages with Swashbuckler. Now, if we go ahead and just get this up to ×5, let's kill Greg with it. Oh, well, ran out. Yeah, you see that 2242? It shouldn't really be doing that much damage. Yeah, it hits all... Whoa, okay, whoa. Okay, so it's got really high range fall off. Yeah, it's got really... Okay, so the range... It's the range fall off. So at the range I was shooting at, it's... I don't know. It's iffy, actually. I didn't really test this out too much. I mostly just got it, but... Yeah. I mean, it's a good weapon, nonetheless. I'm going to show you guys how to get to Trostland from the Strike, or the Nightfall. So, go in on Legend difficulty. You just start it. Switch that out really quickly, because I'm not going to use it. This weapon isn't half bad. I really do like it, honestly. It is a very, very good weapon. Surprisingly, for a, a sidearm. But apparently the damage fall off on it is really close. I mean, it doesn't have a shit ton of range, but it has decent range. I didn't think the damage fall off would be that much, but not really an issue. So, when you spawn in the arms dealer, you start here. Instead of going that way, turn around and go this way. Zavala can go ahead and keep talking all he wants, but, we're just not going to listen to him. He wants us to go kill Brachus Zahn, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to go back this way. All the way back. There's going to be enemies here. Don't worry about them too much. You just sort of... You can kill them if you want. You don't really have to. But you hop on your Sparrow, and you go this direction. Now, this shouldn't take you too long to get there. It takes maybe about a minute or so to get to Trostland, but it's fairly straightforward. And once again, you can get this done in about an hour. So, that's really good. You can get your first ritual weapon of the season done in an hour, which is really, really nice. Because... yeah, also the ritual weapons don't seem too hard to get. Which is kind of nice. I would recommend using Rat King for this, by the way, if you have it. If you don't have it, you can just... and you have a sidearm that you've like had in collections or whatever. Just pull a year 1 sidearm out. And use that. Now, we're nearly there. This is just... we're 1 loading zone away from Trostland. So this is the whole route that you take, and you go up here, and you go right, and like it took me about 2-ish minutes. So not quite a minute and a half, but 2 minutes. You come up here, and here we go. We're in Trostland. Now, the enemies here are extremely weak. like that. So that makes killing enemies with sidearms really, really easy. Now, every so often, what'll happen is... Kill these guys so they get off my tail really quickly. Every so often, you'll get enemies are moving against each other, which means that you're going to get a shit ton of Fallen and Cabal fighting each other in this area here. The Cabal will come down in drop pods over there. The Fallen will come down in ships right here. And when that's not going on, what you can do is you can just sort of run back and forth between this area and over here, this area in here. Because these enemies do respawn very, very frequently. So you can just kill these enemies off, kill the ones off in that other building, and then go back and forth. Or you can come over here, and there's more enemies over here, and yeah, it's really straightforward. Take you about an hour, or an hour and a half-ish. It took me about an hour and 45 minutes. But that's really all you have to do, and then you've got your gun, the Osmosis. Now, or not the Osmosis, the Buzzard. Now, I completed it, so I don't have the quest for it, but what you have to do is you have to get 50 sidearm kills. You have to get like 50 finishing blows with sidearms. There we go, enemies moving against each other. You need to get 100% finishing blows with it, and points. The points are going to take you the longest out of everything. And this is what I mean by the enemies are moving against each other. You just come over here, and the enemies are all dropped down, and you just kill them. And they just keep spawning. Watch. Drop pod will come in shortly here. There's another drop pod. There's a Cabal drop pod, and they just keep coming. They don't stop. So this is how you should go about getting the Buzzard. It's probably the easiest way. If you don't... If you wait too long, you'll probably have to wait till, like, the next Nightfall, which will be, like, the next Nightfall. And you probably want Lake of Shadows or some other Nightfall where you can turn around and go back to the main area. Like, maybe even the Corrupted would be good. But, yeah... That's really all there is to it. So I'm going to end the video, and yeah, there you go.